Recently, I purchased a HoneyComb Bravo Throttle Quadrant. I want to show you how I set up my Bravo Throttle Quadrant and also the Logitech Extreme 3D Pro to fly the ALIAS 250 VTOL aircraft. So we're going to hop into the aircraft and show you how it works. So here you're going to click in the upper right corner and you're going to go to your joystick settings. First, we're going to start with the 3D Pro. So of course, normal settings, pitch, yaw, which is twisting the stick, and then roll. Now the hat switch section is where I pay a little attention to. So I have it set up where hat switch, when you put forward on the little hat switch, it will tilt your view down, and when you pull back on it, it will tilt your view up. Then you glance to the left, glance to the right. That's how I like to set it up. Then I couldn't find this anywhere on YouTube, so I wanted to make this part of the video for you. So for the throttle quadrant, you switch to the view where you go to the GA throttles. And the way I set it up is the left throttle will control your vertical throttle component. So here in the settings, select vertical throttle, and that's going to control your vertical thrust engines, the 4 propellers that lift you up and down. Then the right throttle, the way I set it up, is normal throttle, not throttle horizontal, but normal engine throttle. That's the way that I found to get it to work best. Once you have those settings in, you can ignore the rest of this area. You're not going to need it for this aircraft. Hit done and you are good to go. So to take off, we're going to add a little bit of vertical thrust, around 1100 to 1200 RPM, depending on the weather conditions, and the altitude should get you into hover mode. So normally I don't stay at high elevation airports, so this works for me. Then to go forward, you can tilt forward and continue adding vertical thrust until you get out of the red arc. I suppose that would be the proper way to do it, but I get impatient, so I add the rear engine in the back, and that speeds up the process. To land, you reverse the process. Remove the horizontal thrust, the right throttle, all the way to idle, and then you slowly remove your vertical thrust. And what you're looking to do, so I said to about 700 RPM, and what I'm doing now is letting the aircraft slow down naturally. So remove the thrust, allowing the wings to support most of the lift, and you keep pitching up, and once you hit about 5 degrees nose up, you're gonna notice that the speed's gonna decay, and then you have to gradually add vertical thrust so that you don't lose altitude. So you're gonna keep slowing down like a helicopter, but this is much easier than a helicopter. And so you keep slowing down, adding a little bit of vertical thrust. And once you get to about 20 or 30 knots, you're gonna hit what is transitional lift, where now the lift is coming just from the motors and not the wind blowing over the rotor disc. So at this point, you add a little bit more thrust so you don't just fall like a rock. And now you're just descending slowly. And again, you wanna, with this aircraft, it's not about slamming the throttles, it's just about gentle movement. It's gonna help you with any aircraft that you fly. And now that we're descending, we add a little bit more thrust to cushion the descent, and then you gradually let it come down. And as we're gonna settle, probably here in this area, that's close enough. And there you go. We're down on the ground. We can remove the thrust, and this is what it looks like on the outside. Again, vertical thrust engines with the left throttle and the horizontal thrust with the right throttle. This is how I set it up. Enjoy this aircraft. This aircraft is great for putzing around the airport or short cross countries, whatever your pleasure. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you next time in the next video. Enjoy. X-Plane 12.